how Google's AI search changes everything for small business owners. Intro. If you own a small business and you still think of Google as a list of blue links, I need you to stop, because that Google doesn't exist anymore. Last week at Google's big developer conference, they basically rebuilt search from the ground up. And if you don't know what changed, you're about to lose customers without even realizing it. So let me walk you through exactly what happened and the 5 things you need to do about it. This changes absolutely the way we have known everything on Google and their search engines, okay? So when it comes to creating content, marketing your business, whether you're big or small, this changes everything how we know it has been for however many of the past years, okay? So listen up. What just happened in Google search? Here's a short answer. Google search bar now runs on something called AI mode. As we all know, AI has taken over by default. It's powered by the newest model, Gemini 3.5 Flash. So instead of typing something in and getting 10 links you choose from, you now get a written answer, a proper conversational answer. As we know, this is how AI works. This is what Google is moving to. Right there on the page, and you can keep asking it follow-up questions, like you're chatting with an assistant. Google themselves called this the biggest change in search in over 25 years. So if you are not doing these things that I'm going to talk about, that Content Factory AI does, then you're just definitely going to get lost, okay? Now, think about what this means for you. For the last 25 years, ranking on page 1 of Google meant traffic. It meant leads, it meant sales. The whole system still exists underneath, but there's a new layer sitting on top of it now. The AI reads dozens of web pages, writes its own summary, and shows that first. So it's not backlinks, it's not all this stuff. It is about what we're going to continue to talk about, what AI shows now as important, okay? The AI reads dozens of web pages, writes its own summary, and shows that first. I did say that. So for a lot of searchers, someone asking, how do I get a stain out of the carpet, or what's the difference between an LLC and an S Corp, they get that answer and they never click anything at all. So it's bringing up answers from the information that is provided by the websites and stuff. So it actually does a little link, you'll see. It does link to the websites, but it's bringing up answers according to what they think is popular from the websites, you know. So they're bringing up answers by what they're saying is important in the industry, kind of thing. If your business depends on people finding you through search, this isn't optional knowledge anymore. This is survival. The real threat and the real opportunity. But here's the part most people miss, and it's the important part. AI mode doesn't just take traffic away, it also redistributes it, because the AI has to pull its answers from somewhere. It quotes sources, and the businesses it quotes get this stamp of authority that simply didn't exist before. Being mentioned inside that AI answer is the new version of ranking number 1. There's a second thing happening too. Google is rolling out AI agents inside search that can actually compare options and handle bookings for the customer. So the businesses with clear service pages, honest information, real trust signals, those are the ones that AI is going to pick. So as a small business, you've now got 2 goals. 1, stop depending on clicks from generic information searches, because those are drying up fast. And 2, position your business as the source of Google's AI quotes. And the good news is both of those goals reward exactly the same: genuinely useful, well-structured, expert content. 5 things you need to do right now. So let's get practical. I'll tell you the 5 things you need to do right now. Number 1, answer the question first. Google's AI decides whether your page is worth quoting by reading the opening of each section. So each page on your site, every blog post, figure out the one question your customer is asking and answer it directly in the first 2 sentences, plain language. then expand after that. Don't bury the answer 3 paragraphs down. Number 2, strengthen your Google business profile. Local search and map results are still pretty protected from all the AI disruption. A complete, properly managed profile, recent photos, current hours, a real description, a steady flow of reviews. It is one of the highest return things a small business can do. If you are a local business, definitely get onto Google Maps, and it'll put your business onto it. You know, when somebody types in Ballarat something, because I'm from Ballarat, whatever it is, if you come up in Google search, it'll come up if you come up in Google Maps, a lot of people will go to that first. So definitely get your business up there. It's not at all end if you don't have your business up there as well. It is, this is talking about Google stuff, so it's going to say, hey, get on Google Maps. If I'm not personally keen about reviews, because there's a lot of people out there in a small town like what we have, they can really ruin a business just because they're a bad, nasty person. People can leave reviews and not have actually used your business. So personally, I don't want things on Google Maps because the review culture as well is not necessarily the best. But it is definitely another thing to get your website and your business known by Google Maps. But for me personally, I don't use it because I hate the culture of the reviews, the fake reviews, So, and it's really hard to get a review off when somebody's just being a nasty person. It can really break a small business. So weigh that up. If I wouldn't be promoting, hey, go on Google reviews, but this is definitely something that is part of the Google family, but getting your local business up on maps, Number 3, build topical authority. These are the most important things for me. Number 1 and number 3 is definitely what I do within all of my businesses and all of everything that I create for everyone else. It is about creating that authority that you are in your niche, in your industry, and then getting a lot of content out about that is basically what I do. I do want to become that authority. I want them to choose me. I want all the AIs to choose me. Years ago, I had somebody that contacted me because I run a cleaning business locally in the town, and they said they put me into ChatGPT. They put local cleaners into ChatGPT. This was years ago, and I came up as one of the high ones, and so they booked me straight away because it was so much easier to do that. And so this was years ago, let alone what it is now, So definitely building that authority and knowing what your business is about. And so it's not just I mow lawns, there has to be detail. You have to write constant blog posts. You have to constantly manipulate your websites. You have to constantly be involved in your websites, which is what Content Factory AI does, is do that for you. If you're not getting into all these kind of things, if you're not paying somebody to do these kind of things, then you're going to be left behind in the way that technology is moving. Okay, this is basically what it is. So number 3, build topical authority. One blog post doesn't move the needle anymore. Google's AI looks to how deep your expertise goes across a whole topic. So instead of one post, build a cluster, beginner questions, comparisons, how to guides, your local angle, cover it properly. So like I said, it's not just I mow lawns, we mow lawns. Give information on lawn care, all these kind of things. That's promoting you as the specialist within your industry, which is mowing lawns, Number 4, use structured data markup. This is a bit technical, but it's basically code your labels, your content, so AI understands it. This is an article, this is a FAQ, this is a local business. Most small business websites have none of it. Adding it is a genuine advantage. Your competitors probably don't. Absolutely everything that you create, so I'll put this in layman's terms, absolutely everything that you create needs to be labeled. So when you create a video, when you create anything, it has to be labeled, and I would personally do things like so. For this, everything would be labeled Content Factory AI, and then there would be an underscore and a label after that. So every YouTube video I put up, everything leads back to Content Factory AI. Okay, everything that is labeled, everything that is created, everything that is put on brings it back to that, and then your other titles. So this, for example, would be Content Factory AI. How, what was it? So let's go back to this heading. Content Factory AI, what's just happened to Google search kind of thing, and each word you would have an underscore, and that would be the title of it. So if you're doing images, all those kind of things. So when you do an image, it would come up IMG and random numbers, right? You need to title everything. You need to reword everything so Google is finding that as well. So everything that you post out there has to bring it back to that content. So even if you're posting stuff on Instagram and all that stuff, you need to relabel your images. You need to relabel your videos. This is what it's about. It's about bringing all of the content that you've created to you as the authority. When everything's just random numbers, it may as well not be even connected to you at all, because Google doesn't even know it's connected to you. So number 5, diversify beyond Google. Any business that relies on one traffic source is one algorithm update away from a bad quarter. Email, YouTube, social referrals, those compound over time, and they deliver in an audience that Google's AI cannot intercept. Start building at least one of them now. So for me, I use all the platforms, and I use them all differently, right? Not all the platforms because there's so many, but like my TikTok content is completely different to what my Instagram content is. And then my Google content is different to what my YouTube content is. Facebook, all these things, they're all a little bit different in the content because each one pushes out something different. And there's some content that I definitely put more time and effort into. Definitely when it comes to my websites, because I've been a website builder for the last 20, 30 years nearly. And I love to create YouTube information because you can learn stuff from you can learn stuff when it comes to long content, and where it comes to short reels and stuff, there's not much learning involved in that. It's a little bit more entertainment, but this you can learn stuff from. So I really enjoy creating long form. That's the word, long form content. The bottom line, so here's where I'll leave it. Google's AI search is not the end of small business marketing. It's a reset. The businesses that lean into real expertise, invest in their local presence, diversify their traffic, and stop chasing cheap shortcuts, those are the ones who'll look back on this moment as a point they pulled ahead of everyone else. Definitely. The rules have changed. The opportunity didn't. If this was useful, there's a full written version on everything I covered in our blog. I'll put the link in the description, along with our complete guide to digital marketing for small businesses in 2026. And if you'd rather not do any of that yourself, it's as literal as the links below. We'll help you. We'll create it all. We'll do all your content creation for you. We'll create your websites. The websites that I've created are unbelievable. Have a look at them. There's massive websites there that it takes teams to create, a year or two to create. And I've created these things over a couple of months all by myself. So definitely look into, if you have a brilliant idea and you just don't know how to implement it in the website form, then definitely look at the websites that I've created, and I will be able to turn your idea into a creation. So look me up if that's where you want to go with things anyway. So we do the website creation. And it's not just websites. It's not like normal websites that you see like for cleaners or for gardeners or something like that. They're full-on websites. I create basically industries that are websites, but they're industries, right? That's one of the things I do, massive. And the content creation. Or you can use a generator and do the content creation yourself. And so some people love to, like me, I said I like to make the long form content. Some people love to create things, and so, but they might be stuck on the ideas to mass produce them. So I've got where you can use generators as well. And so there's a few different things where you can do them yourself, or you can get us to do the marketing for you, or we can build your website and maintain your website and do the marketing for you. There's a few different things. So contentfactoryai.org, but I'll put all the links in the description anyway. And this is it. Bye.